Out of the 15 methods for television and video attribution, specifically for direct response campaigns where we're very interested in seeing what impact does TV have into our bottom line, most of those methods will not work. And in fact, you could test and validate that they're not effective in many instances. So how can we tell if a method that we're using for television attribution even stands a chance of being something that could work? Doesn't mean that it's effective, doesn't mean that it's accurate, but at least it's in the realm of possibility of something we should consider using for our video and television measurement. So for that, we have this litmus test here that has 4 questions. All must be answered in the affirmative in order for any television or video attribution method to stand a chance of being something that can work in our setting. So let's go through these. And the first, this is an order of where things usually fail, where methods tend to fail with the highest failure rate at the top and then working down from there. So first is lift correlation. What we mean by that is if we increase spend on television and video, we should see a corresponding increase in response in whatever the measurement method is that we're using. Similarly, if we decrease our spend, we should see a decrease in response. Now, television has usually has a strong lag effect, meaning there's a time delay to its full impact. So you have to control for that to some degree here, so meaning that the response may lag behind my spend. But after adjusting for that, we should see positive correlation. And if we look at this on a plot of time, let's see. So let's say that this is time. Let's say that this here is our spend. Let's say we start at 0 spend. We turn television on, we keep it on for a while, and then we turn it off. Something like this. A response, or if our measurement method is working, might look something like this. So let's say that starts off 0, we start seeing that there's impact that we're seeing in our response. This will be delayed, and then it should go down here. And if we're doing things right, we should see that we end up at a plateau that is higher than where we started. So we started at 0, now we are higher because television has a persistent tail. All right, so this is what we should see if a method is working or something like this. You'll be surprised how many methods you'll have ups and downs, or it might go up when we're off TV, so it's like increasing when we're off TV. That's a sign that your method probably isn't working. See, so we're looking for positive correlation. All right, let's go to our next question within the litmus test. No lift when there's no video. So if you're not doing any type of television, whatever the attribution method you're using should show 0 response. Now, again, because of the tail effect of television, it makes it a little bit more challenging to measure. So a lot of times I'll measure this in a geo where I'm not doing any television advertising. So for advertising, if this is a global campaign, I will choose New Zealand. Maybe we're not doing any television there as kind of my control. And so I want to see that in my control geo, my attribution method is giving me 0 or near 0. Again, this is one that commonly fails for many of the tests or many of the attribution methods that we use. Okay, next, Bi-Exponential Lift Pattern. This is getting more into the micro methods, such as the post-spot or spike lift, as some folks call it, related to TV. So let's talk about that a little bit, and I'll do a separate video on post-spot lift analysis, since it's a very common type of television attribution method. So when we're measuring TV direct response, let's say that we start television right here, and this again is time. So TV starts here, and then TV ends here. And we don't even need the end. Let's just say that it starts here. In fact, let's say that this is just one television spot. So if our attribution method is correct, what we should see is something like this in our site traffic or whatever it is that we're measuring. So TV starts, there's a slight delay. Usually, if we're looking at individual spots, it tends to be about 7 seconds. We'll then see this exponential lift curve going up, and then it's going to taper off. And you're going to see an exponential decay, but it's going to be different. It's going to have different parameters than your initial increase here. See, so it's a quick increase, a long, slow decline. And that's what we're looking for over there. Most methods for television and video measurement won't show this pattern here that we're looking for. In fact, this is a way when we're doing post-spot lift analysis, a way that we validate that it's actually that we have the data correct. A lot of times joins don't occur correctly. There's issues in merging the post-spot lift data to the site traffic or whatever it is that we're trying to measure. And so you want to be looking for this exponential curve to tell you that, hey, you're actually measuring what you think you're measuring. And finally, does the method capture the whole truth? Meaning, does the method provide a clear mechanism to quantify all the impact without any ambiguity or immeasurable scalings? This is a common problem when we're talking about methods such as vanity URLs or promo codes, where it is measuring something related to television, but then you have this unknown quantity, a scale factor. You're basically only capturing a portion of the truth. And there is no theoretically clear way to scale up that unknown or to solve for that unknown. That's a big problem, because then essentially you're making up whatever this value is. That scale factor could basically be driving all your decision making, and that's not something that we want. All right, so now beyond just measuring, hey, does these methods stand a chance or no at being accurate at measuring television and video, there's two other things that I'm looking for. First is you want whatever the method is that you're using to be minimally interfere with the user experience. There are some methods, as you're going to see as we're going through, that it's going to just create a mess and create a lot of friction for our users. In an ideal world, the user will not even know that this measurement is happening. And then second, we wanted to adhere to privacy constraints and be ethical. You're going to see that there's many methods in television, and in fact, most attribution methods, where you're going to have to invade privacy of folks, and I'm going to go through some of those methods, and we want to stay as far away from those methods as possible. So I hope this has been a useful tool to help you assess whether or not your television or video attribution method at least stands a chance of being something that could work.